Ringo Starr, 2014.
Yes, I was over Paul's house. You know, when he took me over to the computer, he said, I want to show you this bloke. Been putting stuff about us on YouTube. He does impersonations. I said, oh boy, you know, here we go. Typical Beatles impersonations, always the same thing. It's always, I'm going to blue, you know, everybody does it. So he plays a few of them for me. They were actually quite funny. Something about Limburger cheese and Paul with his Raggedy Ann and Andy's. I don't know how he knew about Paul with his Raggedy Ann and Andy's. But anyway, so, then he got to this one where we were talking about us making a gay porn thing. I said, oh, that's a little bit over the top, isn't it? I said, we never made any gay porn. He said, Paul says, listen, you know, he says we're not making a gay porn. So I listened, I said, you know, the graphic descriptions of sort of, scatological references, and this is really disgusting.
Paul McCartney, 2014.
Yeah, well, you know, I had heard the thing with the gay porn, and, I didn't think it was funny. You know, some of the other stuff, it was a bit, you know, it got randy in places in general. And he had one where, you know, he had John and I in a knockdown, drag-out fight, you know, sort of beating the hell out of each other and all this. But, you know, the thing about the gay porn, you know, they said things about George. It wasn't funny. George is dead. You know, he's been dead for, well, quite a long time now. You know, they said that they had put shit in George's hair. You know. No, Paul, I gotta come to the guy's defense. He did not say that.
No, I heard him say it, Ringo. I heard him.
No, he said that they had somebody who looked like George who had shit put in their hair.
Okay, well, it conjures up the image of George, is all I'm saying, Ringo. I ain't gotta be accurate here.
I'm not saying I agree with the guy.
Well, it sounds a little bit like you are, Ringo. A little bit.
No, I'm not saying I agree with the guy.
You know, and the worst part of it all is how are we going to get George and John in on this interview? You know, I guess we're just going to have to do it anyway. John Lennon, 2014.
Well, you know, I had been dead for a long time, and then I came back to life to be interviewed. That's what they do now, is they bring you back to life to fucking interview you. I thought it was ridiculous. I was happy, you know, in me netherworld, sort of swirling around, having fun, not being alive. And then they called me and they said, John, we have to interview you for something about some guy on YouTube doing your voice and talking about Beatles and gay porn and all this. Then I said, oh, hello, Yoko. What?
Can you come back and live with me?
What?
I want you to come back and live with me.
I don't want to come back and live with you. I'm done that sentence.
What do you mean, sentence?
It was a fucking prison sentence living with you. I mean, you'd sit over there when I'd be drinking me Brandy Alexanders, staring me down like Ho Chi Minh.
I thought you loved me.
Where did you get this British accent, Yoko?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, is that your new thing, then? You're doing a British... You know, you've always been a phony, Yoko. A phony baloney from Coney Island is all you've ever been. You're an amusement park ride. You're like a merry-go-round that keeps repeating the same and the same and the same. Who needs you?
I want you to come back and live with me. I need somebody to vacuum the floors.
No! See, I was better off dead. And then they dig me up, whatever they did, to get me back in this interview to talk about this guy talking about the gay porn and all this. We never did any gay porn.
Well, you know, John, they never said that you did. It was sort of like that there was a rumour, but it never came true.
Oh, Paul. You know what? I was better off dead. I don't need to talk to Paul fucking McCartney. I don't need to talk to Paul fucking McCartney anymore. Right, George? Well, you know, I haven't been as dead as you. It's funny, with the same amount of dead. No, I haven't been as dead as long as you, John. But, you know, Paul, he does nothing but interviews nowadays, is all he does. He's always being interviewed. It's like he can't get enough of it.
Well, you know, I've got to take up the slack for you two dead bastards.
Okay, Paul. I'm not going to let you call them dead bastards.
No, go ahead, Ringo.
What are you coughing about, John?
Because now that I'm alive for 5 minutes, I'm smoking a cigarette. My lungs ain't used to it. My ethereal lungs ain't used to cigarettes.
Well, I don't think you should be smoking for 5 minutes on Earth. You're smoking a cigarette, John. What are you doing?
I wanted a cigarette!
Okay, see, this is... John, you know what? Go back to where you came from.
See what I mean? I come back for 5 minutes, and I already got Paul telling me he don't fucking want to see me. Oh, fuck you too, Paul! See, this is the problem with Paul. This has always been the problem with Paul. Paul always wants his fucking way. And whether you're alive or dead, if you're a ghost or a living person, Paul will fuck with you and manipulate situations.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes, George...
What is it, Ringo?
Sometimes I wish I was a fucking ghost.
Well, you know, Paul treats you like you were one.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, he only holds you out for, like, these special events where he's like, oh, there's the old Beatles drummer, you know. But he never pays any real attention to you.
Okay, so it's gang up on Paul Day. Alright, you know what? Fuck all of you. I don't care. Gang up on me. I don't care. I am well loved by people all over the fucking world, and I've got hopscotch dingleberries coming out of my ass, running circles around anything any of you ever fucking did.
Did you just say you've got hopscotch dingleberries? He always talks about hopscotch dingleberries.
I've never heard him once mention a hopscotch dingleberry.
Well, I've got them, you know, and you guys, you know, sit there with the hot water bottle. Well, your back is, oh, me back. I can't hold me guitar because me back is aching because I've been on tour, you know. We've been to Milwaukee and St. Louis and Kansas City and I gotta take a break. You know, me back is hurting. You know, sit there with the hot water bottle.
What the fuck's he talking about, hot water bottle?
I don't know, John. I don't know.
No, you remember, back in, what was it, 65? Both of you, John and George, oh, I can't hold me guitar. I gotta use the hot water bottle. Just get me back relaxed. I said, just take some freaking muscle relaxers.
Well, we were trying not to take too many pills at that time because we'd already been on uppers, you know, and,
I don't want to hear it no more.
I don't want to hear it no more.
I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear it no more. Okay, you're all... You know, I didn't say it like that, like, I don't want to hear it no more.
Well, you sort of did, Paul. You said, I don't want to hear it no more.
No, I didn't. I said, I don't want to hear it no more.
Well, Paul, you kind of said, I don't want to hear it no more.
I heard him say, I don't want to hear it no more. You know what? Fuck all of you, and fuck this.